Hello Porkies, this is day 73 of me playing chess every day until I reach the rapid rating of 2500. So here we go. We have the game, we have the black pieces, so what will my opponent do? He plays pawn to e4, I will respond with pawn to c6, entering the very solid Caro-Kann defense here. And pawn d4 taking space is the main line here, just pawn d5, following the opening theory here, and now the theory really branches out. And he plays pawn to e5 as yesterday. I will play bishop f5. This is the main line Caro-Kann advanced variation. Now knight f3 or h4. Yes, h4 is a very trendy line here. Now of course h5 has to be played because g4 was threatened, and simply bishop d3. Now takes, queen takes, and e6 has to be played, I believe. And after bishop g5, queen b3, queen b6, excuse me, but knight f3 is played instead. I wanna play c5, queen b5, queen d7 just takes. I don't care about that. c5, bishop g5. After queen b6 looks like it's losing. So just play c5. And I really don't know the theory in this variation just yet. After c4, I think. Well, what do I think takes here? Here I take with the queen, knight here. Well, for example, knight e7 here, there is bishop g5. I play queen b3 though. Knight c6 takes. This is bad. There is takes here right away as well. And after knight takes, to play bishop b4. Or just to play knight c6, and then if takes, just takes. I think takes here is just perfectly fine. Knight takes, knight c6 attacks here, so has to take. Pawn takes, and if take, just takes. Queen b5. I go queen d7 takes. This endgame has to be better. For me, I have a protected passed pawn on d5 here. So just takes. Bishop g5 here. Simply queen b6 or queen a5 even. Bishop d2 and queen b6 then. But you take on d5 actually. This is slightly surprising to me. Actually. There is just here. Takes. Queen b5. Queen c6 if takes. Just knight takes. I defend the pawn. Here I just take you. Here I'm also. If knight takes, I'm threatening here. So here queen takes probably. And after knight e7, just knight e6 also just takes. I think just takes with the queen. I don't think there is anything else. Here knight e7, knight e3. I guess I take and play knight e6, and I have a very solid position. Knight b5 though, a6 loses here, so maybe castles. Yes, castle's there, and then a6. The d6 is also defended very well. Excuse me. I like that position. Knight takes here, on the other hand, just is very much weird because queen takes only 5 is allowed. So yes, you take with the pawn. There is nothing else. Knight here, knight e3 takes, and knight here, knight b5 though. This might be dangerous. But like takes, no, this is attacked. So castles, check, here takes, here loses. Maybe just knight e7 takes is fine. Knight e3, so knight e3 here takes and a6. Is this too bad? Knight here. So this knight here. I think that should be just fine. Knight e7 here, I think is very nice move. If knight c3, I have to probably take the queen, and then not get nightmare here. We'll see. My opponent has also a lot of time. He's no longer in a book, I believe. Maybe he is though. But we will see. I have very active pieces as well with my knights pressuring e5 after knight g6, for example. If I can get my pieces developed and castle, I should be just fine. A6 included, of course. D6 is very important square for my opponent, so I shouldn't allow too much counterplay with his knights. But we'll see how the game will continue. I think out of the opening, I'm just fine. Maybe I'm not just equal yet. Um, but I think 93, yes, I have to take it, yeah. And now, very crucial moment is about to come, because a6 now looks very nice. If I play knight here, knight b5, and I'm not just lost, but I have to. Knight a6 is there, but come on. I think a6, and it also, I mean, preventing the knight's access to b5 is very important. Then if a6, for example, knight e4, I play knight e c6, and if he takes, I take, and if knight e6, I simply take you. Castle, king d7 maybe. And yes, I'm just fine. So yes, a6 has, I mean, not has to be played. Also here is an idea to trap my rook, but just knight c6 releases the rook. So that's nothing really. And if knight a4, knight c6, if knight b6 there, I simply take knight takes rook and I fork you. Should be up a piece there. Yes. So we'll see. A6 I think is a very useful move, just defending the a5 no matter what. I mean, defending a5 I think is very important at this point. Not a5 but b5 of course. And yes, my knights are very active. If e5 is kinda weak. Although if f4 will be pushed, I have my own ideas. I mean, knight c6 and then knight f5, perhaps knight g3 if f4. And castle's long is on the way. Knight g5, bishop g5 here, excuse me. I play knight e c6 and then knight f3 perhaps, or just knight b c6. For example, bishop g5 here, I play here. If you go knight f3, I go knight g6, and how are you going to defend here? You can't. That's the answer. You can't. And I will just pick up a pawn, and should be much better in that queenless middle game or an early, end game. But we'll see. We'll see. My opponent spending some time. This is quite natural now. This opening to middle game transition is always very tricky. Bishop e3 played. I don't think that's a great move, but I don't need to think so. Although there is a very nice idea behind it. If I play knight c6, you can take it, and then after takes, you castle. No, but the pawn is hanging, yeah. I can just take it, so that's bad, I think. You have to defend it. But after here, if you just castle, I just castle as well. Takes. My rook is defended here. Maybe just, yes. I'm slightly underdeveloped, but I don't really care about that. Now I'm also attacking here, so if knight f3, for example, defending the pawn, I can castle long firstly, preventing white access to castle long, and then play knight g6 and bishop b4. Connecting the rooks, attacking the pawn. There is this idea, but come on. You take, I take. Attacking the pawn. You can castle here, I think you can. But you lose the central pawn, yeah? With some bishop b6 ideas in the air perhaps, but I have always like knight c4 also. So that's not quite doable, I think. You have counterplay if you castle. You definitely aren't like lost or something. But definitely defending this pawn I think is very important. With f4, well, if with f4, then it's with f4, yeah? Just castles now. There is bishop e6 though. But if I don't castle, my opponent will. So castles, bishop e6. I play rook d7 or something. And then I how to get rid of the bishop. Maybe with this maneuver. And then rook d8. Maybe it's too slow. I think castles here is just fine. You cannot push f5. You cannot push f5. I take your pawn. Or maybe the f5 pawn as well. So yes, just castles, I think. You could castle short here and then after like bishop b4. Um bishop b6, rook d7. Play bishop a4, takes, and rook here, and it should be just a draw. Also, if you castle, then there is bishop e7 to come with a tempo. And almost all of my pawns are on the light squares here, which is quite important. Why? Well, this bishop cannot target them. There are few folds because of that, and I have weakened my dark squares, where bishop will be great. But you cannot really use it to attack my pawns. Therefore, I mean, bishop b6 here is a reasonable choice, definitely. But just rook d7. Castles, bishop e7, rook d1. I can take it, and after rook takes, bishop takes here. I might play pawn. There is no mate. Your knight is too passive. It can go to d6 though, but if knight here, just bishop e7, knight d6, I take it. Rook takes, and I mean, you cannot really attack me. So, and I'm up with pawn. I have this knight, which could move to b4 potentially, attacking here, and maybe then to d5. So yes, that's also an idea, to get here and here, if the knight disappears somehow. Then to get rook to d5, maybe bishop to c5. Everything is fine there, excuse me. Bishop e6, I play rook d7. There is nothing else. If you castle short, I could play knight b5 and knight d5. I could also play bishop e7, g3, and then knight b5, rook d8, rook d1, excuse me, I can take and play rook d1, rook d8, and rook takes. I take with the bishop probably, defending the b6, and then I just walk my king up. My pawns are safe, and so be it, yeah. And of course, bishop e6 here, I believe, is the main line you should be calculating in your head. It should be the first candidate move that you are thinking of. There it is, rook d7. I shouldn't blunder the game, yeah. Knight here. I don't care. Rook d7 it is. The knight. Oh, the knight could potentially get like. But like king b8 there. I mean, I cannot really move here because here, so rook d7 is just not an option. I mean, it is, but I have no choice. That's what I thought. And now, yes, my idea, if the knight moves here, is to play here. Rook d1 and here, for example. Bishop a5, I play bishop here. Takes, rook takes, and knight here. Forking my pawns shouldn't be great. Shouldn't be that bad either. Pick up b2, if f6 takes, knight takes b7, rook b8, I take on b2, and then a2 is weak. Also like rook f here to take the f4 pawn, maybe h4 as well. I have h pawn, I have the e pawn. We'll see what will happen. My opponent down to 10 minutes. And after bishop b6, spending 2 minutes and 20 seconds, I have an instant move I could play in 10 seconds. I spent 31 seconds analyzing if there is something else to do. But of course there isn't. I mean, you could play bishop e3 here. And with bishop e3, your idea is just to go here. I understand it. But I could just play bishop b4. Now bishop b4 is definitely, I mean, an idea. If you play here, I just go here, takes. I mean, I lose the exchange, but that's, I mean, that won't happen. After knight a4, check, king d2. I probably can go check and you castle though. Okay, castling is fine as well. Bishop e7, I was calculating this, and bishop d8 also a move. But bishop e7 now. Going here. Now I would understand if bishop f2 will be played. But g3, okay, g3 is weird. I wasn't really expecting this. There is here and here though. Which I don't quite hate actually. There is here, but after knight a4. Not the greatest move ever. Rook d1. Here I mean just takes and doesn't look great. Bishop d8 takes, rook takes. I mean here I don't care. I play king c7 and I win. No, I'm just kidding, but not bad. There is also here, yeah. That needs to be mentioned somehow. Bishop d8, you probably play like bishop f2. I think bishop d8 is just good. There is bishop c5. Here. I could play b5 takes, knight b6 takes, bishop takes, and king b7. That looks nice. So bishop d8 it is. And I play probably bishop a5 next move. Here. Do you play knight a4 actually? You probably do. Oh, bishop d6. Bishop c7 now. Probably bishop c7 now is better. My idea is to play rook d8 next move. Bishop c7, knight a4, b5, knight b6 takes, and king b7, bishop f4 for example, rook d8, bishop d6 though, knight e7 and knight d5 on the way, and f6, and maybe yes, bishop c7. I like this move. And I'm playing pretty positional now. I mean, giving away the d6 square wasn't really the most positional thing ever. But for example, knight a4 and b5 is a very positional move, I think. Giving away the bishop to get some activity here. And then bishop f4, rook d8, and bishop d6. Knight e7 trying to go here. It's very positional thinking of me, I think. I mean, I'm very solid there. My knight is unremovable. Your bishop cannot move from f8. I mean, it could go to a3, but we'll probably just draw the game. There is also f5 at some moment, so bishop on c7 protects and also the knight attacks c5, so that doesn't quite matter. I think knight a5 is simply met with b5. There is nothing else. Rook d1, rook d8, takes, knight here. I simply play again b5. Here takes, and here knight e7, bishop d6, knight c8 also a move to provoke the bishop to move, and then knight e7, maybe knight c6 back, probably just drawish, but we'll see. I like my position. I cannot say I don't like it. Rook d1 is also a move, not going to any crazy variations here. But yes, I mean, knight a4 is a very interesting move. But I don't think it's really good move. The other move that comes to my mind is knight here. But it is the same variation here, and oh, you can take with the pawn. I don't think it works. Rook d1, rook d8. Yeah. I mean, be precise now. Be slow. Here takes, and rook d1 takes, knight takes. How do I get something? I mean, I have to play rook d8, otherwise I'm just not doing that. Your pawns are all on the dark square, so I think trading the bishops off the board is bad for me. Just positionally looking. Now bishop d6 also comes to my mind. I play b5 anyway. Play king b7 anyway. Take me. I take you, I guess, and rook d1 here. I mean, it has to be the move. Also, yes, rook d1, I take you. Is there anything else I could do? I mean, you could take me. And then here. Maybe playing b5 is just good enough, yeah? I feel like playing b5 here is very good. Your knight cannot move. I'm threatening before. I mean, I'm not really threatening before. Because taking here, I mean, just knight takes, and your knight can improve. Going to e3. So I think b5. And if I can take the knight off the board, I think my position is much better. Maybe I'm overstating everything, but your bishop cannot attack my pawns. None of it after g6. None of my pawns can be targeted. Of course, there is king, but I also have the knight. So, I mean, rook here, king takes. I won't pre-move because pre-moving with 9 minutes on the clock is just unreasonable. Why would I do that? There is 94, but I take your rook, so please play it. So king takes, and I have improved my position. I moved my king up, and my pawn is on b5. And the knight, I mean, it's still on c3, but I gained a tempo, I believe. I played 2 moves, and my opponent didn't have to play knight d1, so I guess. If I were to take, then knight takes, and b5, knight c3, king d7, for example, and white has the move. So here, I mean, I take you. That's no-brainer for me. Of course, I wanna trade this bishop for this knight. And now also, yes, but I don't believe you. I can go here. What's your idea? I wanna go here. And that's my idea. Your idea could be to go here. But probably it is to go to d6, yeah. And then even f6 happens. No, just knight here, trying to go here, improving my position, then going back if necessary. Also, maybe playing bishop b6, trading off like this, and going here perhaps. Because if the knight lands on d6, just f4. f6, excuse me. I hope knight a5 is okay. Yeah, go here. If knight here, I mean, you should realize that this just loses. I mean, it's hard to say that it loses, but after bishop takes, there is knight c4 with a fork. You could play bishop a3, and then I take you. I think that position should be losable. Here. It's not so easy. But I gain an opposition. If you go here, you lose. If you go here, you lose. So I think I should be winning the king and pawn endgame if the a pawns are doubled. I also have more active king on the 7th rank. And my opponent's king is still on the 1st rank. So yes, 96 should just lose the game on the spot. Bishop takes, pawn takes, knight b6 knight b7 is a fork. b3 okay, I get it, but now I just play knight b7, and then my knight is very inactive. Maybe knight 6 is better. How to get some play in this position? Where was my knight? It was on c6. Now just playing back, I think doesn't really help my position, no. Go back, maybe rotate my knight like this. I mean, I had the opportunity to do this, but I can always what is your next move? I mean, you're going to bring your king up, I guess. Okay, logical. Now I'm kinda angry of myself for playing the move knight c6 back. Now I wanna go back into b7. And this knight is perfectly placed. Knight here is also an option, but bishop takes, yeah? And here simply. And then there. Here you you have to take me. That's certain. Your knight has only this square. Knight can play here. If here, oh, it has d6 as well. But I give check. Here. I think I have 6 minutes and a half, so evaluate 97 and this endgame. Knight d6 cannot really be played. Knight c5 cannot really be played. You can move your king up. And I go here. Your knight cannot also move from defending f2 because I mean I eat all your pawns. And play maybe f6, maybe f5 then. So like 97 is a very gorgeous move. Because knight c5 doesn't work, otherwise I would be completely lost there. But that's the only reason I'm not. I believe so. And your king has to stay on the king side, and I have the opportunity to then walk my king on the queen side, eat all the pawns. I mean, you could not take my knight, but then my knight is very active on d5. Maybe. Maybe he takes, and after king... I mean, I was only calculating king takes, otherwise I don't think anything really changes there. And it also defends all the squares my opponent can walk his king. So if here, for example, I give check here, you cannot go here, so you cannot walk to my pawns, and you cannot go here. So everything is covered. A knight c3 there. I guess it's an option. But I can always just take, perhaps play like here. Yes, this is my next move probably. I mean, 95 and then king c6, and I think I like that position very much. 96 still I just take you. I think I'm just much better there. Maybe I'm... And yes, threading here and here. So 96 right away loses due to tactical reasons. Going here, attacking, and then going here with f4 should win a pawn. Also you could move the king firstly, but then I mean here is the only move that changes the dynamic of the position. So that's the only one I was really focused on when I was calculating for 1 minute and something. Otherwise the position doesn't really change all that much. So 96, yes, I think just takes. I mean, takes is probably the only move for me. But I think takes in a matter of a word that I mean, like I'm better there. That's what I was thinking about talking probably. But still, takes knight c5, the bishop b6, pinning the knight to the king. But before I was not really. Oh whoa, takes knight c5 here before. Here, takes, and well, maybe just takes, and here. I think the king and pawn endgame should be winning, but not with f6 because then there is g4. Takes here. This is not a check, and it should be winning. My opponent down to 3 minutes. What the hell? When did that happen? Well, I wasn't even looking at my opponent's clock. So takes and 95 loses the game on the spot. That's for sure. Before, I could just take. and have 2-on-1 on the queen side as well. Um, with your very weak king, should just be completely winning without any questions asked. So yes, you cannot take and play knight c5, but you could take and play like king e3. But still, I think like should. Oh, you take. I take. Okay, you're threatening to go here. It's the first thing we need to address now. Probably just by going bishop b6 should improve my position dramatically. The knight cannot go here with this maneuver. It cannot go here, here. I mean, it could go here, but after here, not that great. Your knight is trapped. If takes here, wins pawn. But how to break through now? Very important, very hard question to answer. I'm not sure. G4 is a move. First takes f5. En passant is allowed, so takes. I'm threatening here, so maybe f5. That allows e5 here is also very sketchy. G4, G6 is just completely fine, I think. I mean, it's not G4. Just takes. I don't play f5, definitely not. I play like... I'm not sure what do I do. Maybe I was slightly too ambitious. But G4, I think then I have at least a better pawn structure. And maybe play like here to prevent knight here as well. Maybe not. I have 6 minutes and a half. I will be spending those minutes. G4 I cannot really play. You play 96 actually. But why? You have to go here. 97. If you go here. Like f6 now is knight c8. That's certainly what I'm not gonna miss. Here. There is only one move, yeah. Knight c8 is not a move, I think. But there is knight a7 though. But I go here and your knight is trapped. Am I correct? I am. So here. And probably have to go back. Here is the other move. After here, I think your knight is trapped. But how to... Just go here. Here is knight back. I could go here then. Here although it's... Oh, bishop before, yeah. Kind of more traps the knight. So here, knight b7, bishop a4. Yes. I think. Knight e4, I play bishop b4. Okay. Here allows here though. But your knight cannot move. Maybe here, maybe it's just a draw. I don't want to draw the game. If you are too aggressive with your king, I mean f6 and then f5 and go here and pick up the pawn. I don't think you should be thinking about moving your king too quick. You are kind of trying me to push f6, eh? But you have no threat. Why would I do this? King takes, not a bad move though. I think just say 5. maybe like a4 and then a2, and this pawn is weak. And yes, that's my um kind of, because if I can push my pawn to a3, at least I have some chances there to walk my king up somehow. I should activate my king somehow, but I've here everything is weak. You go back, so you are wasting time. Um, your knight is still very trapped. So just play a4 takes. I mean, I have 4 minutes. I don't think this is. I think it's complete draw. From a human perspective, I think I have some chances. Maybe not a lot. Um, you are brave, aren't you? You are. But why? Why is the question? I can take here and play king d7. Knight g5, f6. This doesn't work. Oh, but it does. I could just go back. King d7 was a mistake. If you repeat, I will do something else. If you go here, however, play f5, and go here. Ooh. No, that doesn't work. No, it's at least a draw. No, 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 no. I calculated it in 1 second. It doesn't work. I can take king d7 here, here. What do you do? I'm asking you, what do you do? You have 0 moves. No, I have too many waiting moves. This doesn't work. No, it cannot work. It possibly cannot work. Here, here, here I go g6. I win. Although there is king here. Maybe it's a draw. But I'm not losing. Here, I think you're completely lost. You could... I could just play f6 and then e5 and just win. So we're threatening here. I have to play king c6. That's the only move. Okay. f6. Here and I go here. You go here. I have check, check. Here, here. Here. Here, 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 here. You take, you go here, I go here, you go here. h4 takes, h3 here, no, this one. f6, if he plays here, oh, maybe you don't have to take me. I could wait for example. No, but he takes and play f5. Maybe it's a draw. I didn't want it to be a draw. So let me calculate for a second. I'm not losing, definitely. I mean, that's for sure. g6 is just a draw. After here and here, g6 is a draw. But do I want to draw? f6, king e4 only move. Here, you go here. No, but that's pretty lost. I don't think it's actually that lost. Here, 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 here. Takes, here, here, here. b5, here, here, here. Let's check. And that's lost. I mean, I could also push like F. Oh, oh, wow, wow, no, I'm winning. I'm winning. Yeah, of course I'm winning. Oh, I'm winning. F6 if you go here, I push F5 here, and G6 just wins the game. I mean, here. Oh, but does it? Here and here, and he has the opposition. But I could triangulate my king. If takes, I just take, so let me remove that. Should just be winning there. Of course I should. So the only move is to go here. 5 here, G6. You go here. I go here, 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 here. I don't know how to triangulate the king. I will try to do something, but I think that's still not that losing here. Oh, but wait, here, 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 here. You have to go here. That's the point. Oh, but you take. You are just lost now. This doesn't work. No chance it works here. Oh, but it does. Him was there left? Was there G4? There was G4. G4 here, here. Oh, there was G4. I was lost. I was losing, but my opponent is unaware of. But now, here takes H5. Here, here, here. That works for me. Yes. Now G4 is just completely lost, and then just maybe pushes to defend with check, and then go here and just win the game. No, this is lost for you. Oh my god, you were winning with takes in G4. And now you will flag or what? Why would you lose on time? Just play it out. It's a draw. No, it cannot be a draw. It's a draw. No, this... What the hell? F5 is even a draw. Of course E5, yeah? King D3 here? Oh, because he always has G4. That's my problem. Okay, let's game review the game. And I was losing. That's for sure with G4. Takes. I was only looking at G4 at the moment. But I never looked at takes, and G4 then. Game review is loading so slow, I will cut the video and let you how accurately we both played. I played with 90% accuracy, my opponent played with 88.9. So let's analyze the game. Now, it was a pretty drawish game all the way through. E4, C6 the Caro-Kann defense, D4 and D5. And now here theory branches out. Either you take, play knight C3, I mean F3 is there, or you could just push with E5. It's the best way of playing. Now bishop F5 and knight F3 is the main line, but recently H4 has become very popular here. H5 of course only move, and now bishop D3 takes, queen takes, and E6 is the theory. After knight F3 I don't remember what the theory is. Also let me check out with the table base here. The best way is to play queen A5, and after queen A5, for example, bishop B2, what happens? You play queen A6. This is a very thematic way of playing. So knight BD2. I play knight H6 here with knight F5. I will remember that. I played C5 though, which is the best move by the computer, but it's not the best. C4 takes, and takes was a mistake due to queen takes, knight E7, not the best way. Knight C3 takes, and A6. A6 was the best. Kudos to me. Because playing here I don't think was that great because of knight B5, yes. And now king D7, I was thinking about like playing bishop E3 here for, and then castling long with checks. But yes, that's not good, so A6 is the best move. Bishop E3, here takes, and F4. You could potentially play long castles here. I know it loses a pawn, But you have bishop b6 on the way, maybe f4, and you get your active knight. Oh, but it's not very active anymore. But still, that was potentially in a blitz game. It would be much better than in a rapid game. But f4, very good move. After castles, it's just equal. Bishop b6, rook d7 only move. Castles, bishop e7, attacking here. Now g3, best move by white as well. Bishop d8. Here, apparently f6 was good at this moment as well. But okay, bishop d6, I guess, just takes. F takes, check, perhaps, and it's just fine. I played bishop d7 though, not allowing any f5 ideas, or maybe knight d6 ideas, or bishop d6 ideas. Here, I played rook d1, takes, and rook d1 himself. Now b5 is good, after takes, king takes, and knight to e4. I played here, which was weird, b3 and back, and then knight 7, which was the correct option. Bishop takes, king takes, and the position is equal after king f3. I played bishop e6, not allowing knight c5, and for example here, if knight c5, I think you are just lost. Yes, you are. Here, for example, before, of course, you have to play it. Now just takes, here, 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 and here. I mean, you are lost, because I will win the pawn. And you have 0 waiting moves, I mean, you have a3. So I can play a5, here, g6, and you have to move the king, and then I come trade these pawns off and pick up all your kingside pawns that you resign. So where was I? Here after takes, king f3 is the correct. Bishop b6, not allowing knight c5 to happen. Knight d6, bishop c5, and bishop b4. Here I was just pushing my pawns, just repeating moves, and now just takes. The valuation of this position is equal, and now that I take it, I'm losing. Wow. I'm lost. King d7? No, I don't believe you. King b4 doesn't win. I calculated. It cannot win. Here, king a5. I guess king c5. King a6 now. Here, for example, king b6 only move. If takes, takes. c3. I mean, I wasn't calculating that deep, but yes, this is just winning. Maybe, yes, now it's a draw, but king d6, apparently. No, just takes. Oh, takes. I don't take here, I take here. Here, here. I mean, yes, this is winning, but still, yes. Here, king d7, here, and here. I only saw that he can push before, but that completely loses. By the computer, king a6, yes. And you just wait or what? What about f6? King a5, also f5 wins here. Oh, f5 is better. Yeah? He takes on there. So that's the problem. No, f5, I just take you. B4 check, only move, I mean, just die, computer. If takes, of course, I'm out of the squares, and here, here, here. Oh, where? What? Oh, f takes, of course. You should take like this. Okay, logical. But still, I mean, I was lost. But now king c6, before only move not to resign, and f6 also loses. Yes, of course it loses. But here g6 is just a draw. After f6 just takes. And yes, I saw it, g4. But he didn't do it. I played king d6 now and he flagged. I'm sorry for him. But I think that's not... Here, f5. Oh, you have to play king e4. King e6, f5. King d6. King e3. I cannot go up because of g4. That's my only problem in the position. Otherwise, I would be completely winning. And I cannot, like, break through on the king side. But yes, I mean, after king d6, my opponent just resigned. No, black. So here was where game ended after king d6. That's life. If you have anything to tell me, please let me know in the comments below. I will be reading and answering all of your comments. And before you go, you need to remember that I launched my memberships on my YouTube channel. You can check out those perks as well. And as always, if you like the video, please consider liking and subscribing. It would really help me out. And we are so close to 1K subscribers, so that might help me as well. And of course, as always, see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.